Thank you very much. I'd like to start by commending the WAACSP team for the great job they are doing to heighten customer service in West Africa and indeed Africa. And now to your question. I am the Chief Executive Officer of YFY Consulting Services. It's a customer service solutions provider to organizations. What we basically do is that we train employees in organizations, and we also write customer development books, because you know that it's very important to acquire skills. Without skills, you cannot operate as a customer service personnel or customer service professional. Prior to establishing YFY, I worked at the United Bank for Africa, UBA. I worked in retail banking, in institutional banking, also in process engineering. I also joined the British High Commission as head of customer services. And like you already stated, I had a stint at the Human Resources Division of Chevron Nigeria. So I look forward to expanding my role and sharing my knowledge and experiences across the region through training and continuous improvements in people, in processes, and in systems. At YFY Consulting, we are always happy to share our unique service proposition, and that is that we show our clients how to take care of their customers to improve profitability and sustain their businesses. So I am here to serve. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. It's a pleasure to meet you. Now, could we ask also, how did you start your journey in the service industry?
Well, I have always had passion for service, especially when the environment is conducive. I like to communicate and bring out the best in people. So my customer service story actually started at United Bank for Africa, where I was a pioneer head that set up Nigeria's first financial services call center, the UBA call center.
Wow.
That call center has recently been renamed as UBA Fulfillment Center and is a hybrid customer contact center today. It was designed basically to empower the bank customers, to allow them the opportunity to call in, make inquiries, express their service issues, and have them resolved to their delight. And like I mentioned earlier on, I had experience in retail banking. And with that experience, I'm able to empathize with customers and their plight. And I'm able to put myself in their shoes to be able to resolve service issues with my team. In those days, every week we had to generate reports to the area managers, and then I personally scripted the executive summary report for the managing director and the executive directors.
That's incredible. It's legendary to be the one who sets up the customer service center, and it blossoms into what it is today. That is really a milestone. Well done, Ma.
Thank you.
So we're still asking our question. How do you think customer service has changed in Nigeria over the years?
Wow, that's a great question. I know that in Nigeria, there are positive, conscious efforts really to improve customer services. If we look at the public sector, there are organizations such as the SON, Standard Organization of Nigeria, that have the responsibility to standardize our products, locally made products, and as well as the imported ones. We have the Consumer Protection Council, protecting consumer rights and privileges. We also have Servicom, ensuring safety and customer service services within the government institutions. And of course, at the private sector, we see our telecoms industries churning out more and more adverts. You begin to wonder, a company like MTN that has such a huge customer followership, they have not rested in their oars because they know the importance of tickling their customers by availing them of several products, many products to choose from. Same goes for Airtel, same goes for Glo. And of course, in the services industry, the banks are always training in customer service so that their personnel have the right skills to manage their customers. Also in healthcare, also in the hospitality industry, there is a lot of customer service training going on. So I would say that we are moving, we are not static. We are not there yet until we are able to build customer service into our systems and processes.
Thanks, that was a very good, well-detailed chronology of what Nigeria, customer service has been over time. And truthfully, for those bodies that handle service in the government's level, I've actually had quite an experience with one of them, Servicom. Recently, it's been terrible to be able to get out your international passport. And then you have staff of the commission doing so many things. And so from nowhere, my husband's passport gets missing. It was collected by this person, it was collected by that person. It took 4 months of tracing and tracking. And then they said, why don't we report to Servicom? The passport came out within a week. It truly shows that they're doing something. And so we want to utilize them. But there's something you said that truly made sense. The fact that these organizations that we can call big organizations that already have a large customer base are still taking the time to advertise because they know they have to constantly keep evolving to meet their customers' expectations. New customers are coming, people are coming into the country, the younger ones are growing up to be adults. They need to catch, everybody across all ages and across all styles and interests. So thank you so much, Ma. That was quite a good review. But let's ask again. Do you think the customer service is more transactional or relational after the pandemic, post-pandemic? What has customer service been like?
Okay, I'd like to answer that question by sharing one of my quotes in my book, A Handbook of Customer Service Quotes. One of the quotes there says that the wow experience is a value derived from continuous caring efforts. One careful step taken at a time and mastered over time becomes a way of life. In other words, customer service, whether it is pre-pandemic or post-pandemic, should be relational. We need to build trust. We need to build relationship. We need to continue to connect with their customers so that they would have confidence in us, so that they would know us and we know them. Customer service should not be transactional. I'm one of those who frown at that definition that says is the support you give before a product is bought and after the product, the service or the service has been delivered. It doesn't stop there. you have to continue. I mean, you walk into a Samsung office, for instance, you pick up whatever, let's say it's a handset, and then you pay, and then you leave their office. That is basically transactional. It shouldn't be there. A smart salesperson or customer service person should be able to upsell and cross-sell other products in their office or in their store. For instance, if you bought the telephone or the smartphone, you need a cover. So, but if it just ends at the point where money is exchanged for the product, it is strictly transactional. So our effort as customer service professionals is to create that, make that effort, go that extra mile, so that you would have a deeper connection, a deeper relationship, so that your customers can make repeat purchases or repeat visits to your store. Yes.
Thank you so much for that. It indeed must be transactional. Not at all, it shouldn't be transactional at all, but relational. Because truth be told, like you said, practice makes perfect. When we continuously do something that creates that wow effect, it becomes part of us, it becomes habitual, and that keeps our customers retained. But you did say that it shouldn't stop at the point of feedback. There's always room to go an extra mile, okay, to keep the relationship going. So pandemic or not, working at home, attending to customers via, assistance, virtual assistants, shouldn't stop our transactions from being relational as much as possible. Thank you, Ma, for that. Then we would also want to ask, in your view, what are the tips you can give to improve customer experience? What tips would you give us as service professionals to improve our customer experience?
Well, in setting up a business, there must be a vision. It's just like building a house. Once the foundation is not right, that it's bound to have cracks along the way. And when there are cracks, the building collapses. Such also goes for businesses. To start a business, that you must get the management buy-in, that customers must come first. And when there's this buy-in, the next step is to create the company vision around the customer. We must know our customers. We must create emotional connection with them. Our customers should not only know our products, but they should also be comfortable the way business is done in our premises. If we make our customers happy and successful, they will be happy to pay. Also, we need to develop a feedback system, because you see, we need to evaluate our own performance, because it helps us in planning. We also need to position ourselves for competition, because there are a lot of companies out there competing with us in the same place, in the same marketplace. We must provide convenience for our customers to improve their experience. Gone are the days when people have to walk into the banking hall to be able to make fund transfers. Right now, in the comfort of your home with your mobile phone, you can make transfers. Right now also, you can do online banking, and these are some of the advantages of technology. You have the POS outlets all over the place. If you go shopping physically and run short of cash, they are always there. So these are some of the ways that you can improve customer experience. And remember that also, we no longer need to satisfy a customer. A nimble customer service professional should strive to exceed customer expectation and perception. And I'd like to illustrate this with Apple, the makers of the iPhone. Recall, it was in 2007 that they launched their first Apple phone, the 4 GB and 8 GB versions. Critics said it was expensive because they were then selling between $499 and $599. This is 2021, 14 years on. Apple has come out with the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max, selling at $1,099. Let us check the metrics, check the statistics. Is Apple selling? The products are getting expensive, but people are still buying. And look at one interesting thing they did. They have introduced more features to the iPhone. The present iPhone they have come with triple camera for macro photography. The storage capacity is between 128 gigabytes and 1 trillion bytes. It has better battery. The lifespan is better. And it has what they call the A15 bionic processor. You ask me, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this when companies like BlackBerry have ceased to exist? Apple knows the importance of exceeding customer perception. They like to tickle their customers, and people have fallen for it. The users of iPhone will do anything to upgrade to a new version. So when we provide value, especially what our customers perceive as value, we're certainly going to tickle them and also make them have a wonderful customer experience doing business with us.
Thank you, Ma, for that as well. So truthfully, you said that we should not just tell our customers what our vision is, but we should create our vision around our customers. Our customers should not just know about our products, but should know about our processes as well. They should be comfortable with it. That will truly help us give them an excellent service. And that definitely boils down to the mapping of the customer journey. But I wouldn't want to give out too much because it's part of our trivia question, so that those who are yet to respond to that will not have the answers before that. But there's something you said that really tickled my ears. You said that we should no longer strive to exceed or to satisfy customers, but rather to satisfy their perceptions as to what value is to them. I would say also to, give them what they consider to boost their ego, whatever it is, their class. So that's truly what it is. It is no longer about satisfying their needs. It's about satisfying their perception. Yes. Exactly. Excellent, Ma. So now, also want to find out, how do you think the quality of customer service can be improved? Not just in Nigeria now, but the entire West Africa.
Well, I haven't been to entire West Africa, but I know I've been to a couple of countries in West Africa. And I can tell you that service quality is poor, from electricity to water supply. This is why it is important for our governments to privatize essential services and allow for competition. The customer reserves the right to switch patronage to a more customer-friendly service provider. right here in Nigeria, sometimes when there's going to be disruption of power or disruption of water services, you would not know. I mean, you just wake up in the morning and there's no water. You turn on the taps, it's dry. And electricity supply just goes off and nobody tells you anything. You don't know whether they actually have issues they're trying to resolve. There's no communication whatsoever. So I think that we still have a lot to do in that area. As long as we want to improve services, we should not pay lip service to these things. They are doable. We just need to be more organized and more structured.
Thanks so much. For some who do try to send in, communicate across, like we had one, we're told for 3 days, there won't be power from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so from 9 a.m. this morning till 4, like, okay, fine. So that's me. In the evening, we'll have power for the training, for the webinar. And there was power throughout till they took it just when the webinar was starting. So it's not just enough to give the communicate, but to stick to the time you are sure that you will not have power. So thank you, that's just back on the side. But now, chatbots or human interactions, which one is the future for customer interaction?
Really, I just want to look at it from a different perspective. The landscape of customer service has completely shifted. Yes, we appreciate the fact that the chatbots are useful in enhancing customer experience. I mean, they resolve issues automatically. But I want to just share my own personal experience. Really, for me, I mean, it's time I have cause to call a contact center. And the interactive voice response says to me, if you want to be attended to in English, press 1 and all that. And I press 1 and I have more options. Sincerely speaking, I often wait to speak to a live agent because there's more connection. The chatbots are straight-jacketed. Those are like frequently asked questions. But you want to take your inquiries further. The chatbots cannot answer more than the questions that have been structured for it to answer. So I will say to you that the harmony of chatbots and human interaction is what will enhance customer experience at the end of the day. They have to work hand in hand in harmony.
That's a good one. We can't do without either. So they work hand in hand. So where do you see customer service in West Africa in the future?
I see continuous growth and learning. But I see also an evolution of a unique brand of customer service, not just in West Africa, but for the African continent. I'd like to call it Customer Service Africa. I'd like to call it Customer Service Africa. I'd like to call it the third time, Customer Service Africa. And I'd like us to work on, that symbol of the young lady wearing a headphone. Mm-hmm. Does that symbol actually capture everything about customer service? It doesn't. I think it just gives an impression of customer service in the hospitality industry. I think we have to really take a careful look and see a way we can redesign that symbol. We should be able to redesign it in such a way that people can take us more seriously, because customer service is an important business strategy. There is no business that can succeed without customer service. I also see customer service practitioners being more deliberate and intentional to scale service delivery. I see customers being more assertive and knowledgeable about their rights, the rights to be informed, rights to choose, rights to safety, right to be heard, right to have problems corrected, right to consumer education, and right to services. I also would like to see organizations truly putting customers first as they craft their corporate values, their visions, and their missions to be able to achieve their overarching objectives.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much for such an interactive session. It has been a wonderful delight. You truly have rounded up the fireside chat for these 2021 with a bang, and we truly appreciate that. I know that there was a lot of nuggets taken. I see quite a number of people noticed it and put it in the chat, but we appreciate that. But we do know for sure that we would like to say thank you some way. If you want to use the emoji on your screen, please do that. If you want to unmute and give Ifeoma a round of applause, please do that. We really would appreciate her knowing that she taking the time to be with us and talk to us, that we enjoyed it. Okay, thank you so much. Lots of people are saying thank you in the chat as well.
Thank you.
But we know that there are questions and that you would like to answer some of them for us. Yes. So the floor is open. Let's use the raise hand feature. Let's raise our hands and ask from questions as much as we have. I have one or two, but I would like every other person to ask theirs first. It may not just be a question. It could be a suggestion. It could be your opinion on something she said. It could be a nugget you're taking home from her discourse. So feel free to share. Yes, Natalie, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. I enjoyed myself. I just wanted to add to it. You know, sometimes we get scared that, you know, all these chatbots and artificial intelligence will now take our jobs from us. It's good to know that we are still going to be needed. Again, so I feel like you said, it's going to make us even more efficient, because now in the case of the contact center you used, we are going to now have the opportunity to deal with the customers that need extra support rather than those that need the very easy ones, like maybe checking off the balance or something like that. And so I guess we really need to embrace the change, the technology that's coming with it, and then also make ourselves well equipped to be more efficient in supporting our customers. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So who else has questions? Who else has something to add to this? We really would appreciate your feedback. Yes, your name as admin.
Right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Nonso.
Nonso, okay.
Yeah.
So nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. I'm privileged to meet everyone. Thank you very much, Ma. Mine is not really a question, though. I just want to say thank you to our resource persons today. Although I came in a little late, but the little I've heard from her, it's been awesome, and I have gained a lot. I just want to say thank you to her.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. We truly appreciate the fact that you're all here. We were all here, but Lisa, there was a little issue with what I said. I made a mistake regarding the gift items that Madam Ifeoma made available for those who would answer the trivia questions. Fortunately, we already have some copies already in Ghana. And so please do not hold back because you are not in Nigeria to answer the trivia questions. Feel free to do so. But still, we do have the other questions that were posted on the chat. Those questions also were meant for whoever wins it gets a free slot for the upcoming training to give any candidate of their choice. Okay, so let's utilize that as well. Lots of wonderful answers have been coming up in the chat, answering our questions. For those who didn't see the question, let me go back to the trivia question so you can see them and answer as well. But please remember that you should put underneath your answers your real name, in case your device is what it's you're used to logging without renaming, your full name and your phone number, so we could reach out to you to receive your book. Okay. I also wanted to bring to our notice as well that we did have the presence of one of our fellows. I omitted him when I was thanking all and introducing those who are present. And he's Mr. Yemi. He is Eco Electricity. Mr. Yemi, if you're still here, please, we wouldn't mind getting to meet you and say thank you for honoring us with your time. Hello, Mr. Yemi. Okay, we'll get to.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What is your question?
We're thanking you for being present, and in case you had something to say to us, we'll appreciate that.
No, thank you very much. No, I really listened to your explanation so far, and really commended you. I even asked a question. Then there is a question I asked.
There's a question on the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Please, could you just state your question? Could you ask it now?
The question I just asked, bordering on, you know, when just like in, though I've worked in telecommunication too, but now in power distribution company, you know, we have different customers. I'm just saying, just for the sake of others, what other strategies do you think one could apply when you meet a very difficult customer?
Okay.
In resolving the issues?
Okay. First of all, it's very important that you understand what the customer is complaining about. The root cause of the matter, the service issue that he's complaining about. Because if you do not understand what the customer is complaining about, you might not be able to resolve the problem. This is very key. This is very key. And number two, you also have to understand that there are different personality types. You know, there are some easygoing people. There are also some that like to scream at the top of their voices because they want to be heard. There's a reason why they are screaming. So you need to also find out. It's very important to know that some customers that scream and shout a lot might be those that contribute 80% of the profit of your business. So you better be careful there. Those ones that are easygoing might be the ones that will walk away to your competitors. So if you do not know the root cause of the problem, you might not be able to resolve it. So that's important. And for you to know the root cause of the problem, that customer that has been branded difficult, you need to pay attention and listen attentively to him so that you'll be able to extract what he's complaining about. This is key. It's not only in power generation, you know, but of course, you know, we need power. We just can't do anything without power. Look at what we are doing here, video conferencing, and people from all over the world are here listening. So without power, it can be very irritable, really.
Very true. Thank you so much for that. Nemi says it was very insightful and they appreciate it. Okay. Okachuku also says thank you very much. Okay. Eddie says thank you, Ma. It was an amazing and inspirational session.
Thank you.
We have quite a number of thank yous. I said that was amazing. Thank you so much. So we truly did appreciate it. We enjoyed every part of it. And we said thank you. You were one guest that came bearing gifts and was willing to give us quite a lot. But I would ask to be a bit biased in the sharing of this gift, and I want your permission. There were 3 people who logged in at 6:30 and waited until the session started. I would want, even if they don't get any of the answers right, these 3 will get a book. Okay, and that was Orelua, Ejeku, and Ayikem Eddie. Those were the 3 people who were logged in and waited. So please allow me to be a bit biased and give this to them. So that means every other person is buying for 7 copies. So I hope you get your answers right. So if they are available, kindly send in your names and number on the chat or private chat to me so that you get your books, okay? Thank you guys for being early birds. Thank you for appreciating the value of what we do, and thank you for the support. We have our chairperson, Yvonne, but she's actually under the weather and may not be able to say some words. But we have Nelson that is stepping in for her, and Nelson will be able to say a few words of appreciation. And if there's any other business, he'll let us know. Nelson, you have the floor, please.
All right, good evening, everyone. Really, I have enjoyed this session thoroughly, and I want to say a very big thank you to Mrs. Ife for taking her time to take us through her customer service journey, the prospects for a better customer experience in Nigeria and indeed in Africa. I'm pretty sure that all that we have heard today and of course learned will be words and be able to also look at how we can begin to implement in our different spaces. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you so much for fellows that are here and of course the patrons as well, certified members as well as the professional members. Thank you. This is the last of the Fireside chat series for this year. And I hope we'll be able to round up in blistering fashion. Expect more next year. For as many that are here that are not members of the association, all you have to do is go to the WAACSP.com. The association is growing rapidly. And then see where you fall in. So we have certified membership, we have professional membership, we have the fellow category. You can just look at what the requirements are and then choose that which you belong. We have a training for certified members coming this week. So there's just a lot in store for everyone, for those who are members already, and of course, those who are showing interest to become members of the association. So please feel free. The website again, I'm going to put it up on the chat, is the WAACSP.com. That's THEWAACSP.com. That'll be that from me. Thank you so much, everyone, once again, and let's have a lovely, lovely night rest.
Thank you so much, Nelson. Thank you for the time. So as Nelson said, you can check the chat. You find the link to the website. Please get engaged to it. Feel free to look at it. We'll have some blogs coming up. We'll have our newsletter coming up shortly. So we also would appreciate feedback there and contributions as well. We'll also say thank you to all our fellows who sent in articles for the newsletter. We'll ensure that you all get to have copies the minute it's out. But also want to paste on the chat the link to the registration site for those who would want to have their candidates register for the customer service training course coming up next week, Thursday to Saturday. So thank you, everyone. If there's any other question, if there's anything you feel we omitted or you want to contribute, and for those who didn't have a chance to introduce themselves, the floor is open. We say thank you again, Mrs. Ifeoma. We truly appreciated your time with us. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you.